Do you want more organic traffic, a better ranking, higher search visibility, and of course more leads or sales for your business? Then you need to start planning your SEO strategy, and in this video I'm going to teach you how you can do that. In fact, I've used this exact SEO strategy process to generate 6 figures in revenue and 7 figures in opportunities for my client within just 1 year during MCO. Hey, what's up AMs? I'm Eduard Dziak from b2bdigitalmarketers.com, and I'm going to share with you my step-by-step process how to create an effective SEO strategy from start to finish. So if you want to learn how to boost your SEO results, then buckle up because we are starting. Also, I've created an SEO playlist called SEO Strategy Ultimate Guide, where you can learn how to effectively implement every step in the SEO strategy. So what is an SEO strategy? SEO strategy is a systematic process of planning and executing an SEO plan in order to increase website visibility in search, drive targeted organic traffic, and generate leads or sales depending on the type of a business. This process includes several steps from keyword research and planning, organizing and creating content, to measuring and monitoring your SEO results and everything in between. And why do you need an SEO strategy? SEO strategy is a fundamental part of your SEO success, and without planning your SEO strategy, you are planning to fail. Thanks, Benjamin. Each and every day, there are over 7.5 million blog posts published, and this number is going to grow. And it doesn't even include all the web pages created to target keywords. This means the competition is ever growing, and you cannot just wing it anymore if you want to succeed with the SEO. That's why you need an SEO strategy. Also, if you have been inspired by some of the SEO success stories to start with SEO, then they did not happen by chance, but by properly planning and executing an SEO strategy plan. Therefore, if you want to be generating thousands and millions in revenue and opportunities, bringing thousands of users to the website and increasing brand awareness, then you need an SEO strategy. And there are many more reasons why SEO strategy is important. However, you have been using the internet to learn, buy, discover, and entertain yourself for a long time. So you understand and see how SEO is important. And SEO strategy helps you to get people to come to your website to learn, buy, discover, and entertain themselves. So let me show you how. Like with everything, so with the SEO, you need to know how things work. What comes first, second, and so on. So here's a quick overview of my 7-step SEO strategy implementation plan that we will cover here. And using this methodology helped me and my clients to drive an ever-growing amount of targeted traffic, leads, and revenue for a business. So let's break down each step, providing you with the best SEO strategies for every step. The first step of your SEO strategy should be keyword research. So you can find the right SEO keywords in your niche to drive target audience, generate more leads, and or sales from SEO. Proper keyword research is essential for your SEO strategy, as it hugely impacts your success with SEO, including your content creation, on-page SEO, internal linking strategy, and even your link building strategy as well. And while I will not teach you how to do proper keyword research here again and other techniques, as it wouldn't make much sense, because you can watch my video right here, or you can read my article as well. However, I'm going to give you 4 important SEO strategies that you should keep in mind when you do keyword research for your SEO strategy. The first strategy when you are doing keyword research for your SEO strategy is to keep in mind you should create proper SEO site architecture, also called SEO silos, and match it with the buyer journey. Website architecture helps both users and search engines to properly understand each and every page on your website and what is the purpose of that page. By properly organizing your content in the flat site architecture, search engines and users will see whether they landed on a category or product page or on your blog post. Now, what has site architecture to do with the keyword research? When you do keyword research for your SEO strategy, you want to fundamentally find all SEO keywords within your industry for your product pages, service pages, solution pages, and your blog post. The reason why is because you want to target keywords across all stages of a buyer journey, so you can drive users at the TOFU, MOFU, and BOFU stages of the buyer journey. This means your product and service pages should target keywords at the bottom of the funnel to drive high quality leads. Your solution pages should target keywords at the middle of the funnel to move potential prospects to the BOFU stage, and your blog post target keywords at the top of the funnel as well as other stages to move users down to your funnel and generate leads or sales. Therefore, when you are doing keyword research, you should keep in mind your SEO site architecture and the buyer journey, so you can drive users across all stages of the buyer journey and drive maximum SEO impact from your SEO strategy. The second strategy that is related to the first strategy is to create topic clusters based on your relevant seed keywords. Seed keywords are typically category and niche related keywords with general meaning used during the keyword research process to find a large number of related keywords. Think of seed keywords as your main topics. For example, such keywords or topics could be content marketing, SEO, electric cars, computer mouse, and etc. And topic clusters are based on seed keywords, where you want to find as many keywords under the seed keywords or as many subtopics under your main topic. For example, let's say I'm creating a topic cluster for the topic or seed keyword content marketing. So I take the seed keyword and toss it in the SEO ranking keyword research tool. Then I will go to the keyword suggestions report, where I will collect all the keywords that are considered as a subtopics to my main analyzed seed keyword, which means these keywords can be targeted with the individual page. So after collecting a few keywords, you can see the topic cluster is starting to formulate, where in the middle is the main topic or seed keyword, and then subtopics or related keywords around. And just like this, you want to find the most relevant seed keyword to your niche and keywords, then target them and then move on to the next topic cluster. And the reason why you want to focus on creating topic clusters instead of just blindly targeting keywords in your niche is that you want to establish topical relevance in your niche. The more keywords you are targeting around the targeted seed keyword or topic, the more you grow your topical authority in the niche and the more Google will see you as a go-to source for the topic. Another strategy I have for you when you do keyword research is to focus on a higher ratio of targeting informational keywords than commercial keywords, also known as profitable keywords. This is one of the biggest keyword research mistakes I am seeing mostly with affiliate sites. However, even company websites fall for the same mistake. A lot of SEOs and website owners think that when they focus only on targeting keywords at the BOFU stage, the more money they will make. Thus, targeting keywords at the TOEFL stage is not their priority. However, since Google Core Web Vitals and Google Eats Core updates, Google highly penalized those sites that mainly focus on targeting commercial keywords and skip the informational keywords to maximize the earnings. Basically, they are searching for quality content with a satisfying amount of information on your website in both commercial and informational value. So, Google is looking at the amount of information you are providing, the ratio of your informational content, like what is SEO, why do you need SEO, or best SEO strategies, with the commercial content, like best SEO tools, best keyword research tools, SEO ranking review, tool A versus tool B, and etc. And if you provide mostly commercial content, then it clearly shows you are in the game only for the money and you don't really care about helping people by providing valuable information, and Google cannot check if you are a valuable source. On top of that, Google also released a product reviews update that is specifically aimed at promotional content and how good it is and should be. With that being said, you should be targeting both types of keywords, commercial and informational, with a ratio of 80% informational and 20% commercial keywords, so you can establish yourself as a subject matter expert that can educate and recommend as well. And the last keyword research strategy I have for you when you are preparing an SEO strategy is to conduct content gap analysis, or also known as a keyword gap analysis. This is an extremely powerful keyword research technique and one of my favorites to find hidden keyword gems on competitor websites. Basically, you are comparing your ranking keywords with your competitors' ranking keywords to find missing keywords that you should be targeting. Let me show you how it works. Step 1. Find your competitors. To do that, you can use SEO Ranking Competitive Research tool. Pop your domain there, select your location, and click on Analyze. And then you will go to the competitors report in the Organic Traffic Research section, where you will get hundreds of your close competitors based on your ranking keywords. Step 2. Select your close competitors. Now you only need to select the right competitor based on their ranking keywords. Obviously, you want to find a competitor that is ranking for keywords you are targeting or you want to be targeting in the near future. Step 3. Analyze missing and unique keywords. And once you find the right competitor, then you can run the competitor comparison report and select the missing or unique type to get all the keywords your competitor is ranking for, but you don't. And just like this, you can generate some great high quality keywords with minimum effort and let your competitors do the heavy lifting of researching and analyzing the market. And this strategy is also perfect for guest posting to find keywords on a website where you want to post your guest post. The second step is to start producing SEO content on your website once you have a list of the keywords that you want to target. Content is a key element in the SEO strategy. You cannot simply create an effective SEO strategy without a content, as with content you are targeting the keywords you have found and attracting your target audience. Creating SEO content helps you to turn your ideas, experiences, and your keywords into material that will get discovered, crawled, and ranked by search engines, and ultimately you will be able to provide value to your users by creating content that they are looking for, aka matching the searcher intent. And whenever you listen, watch, or read how to improve SEO, ranking, and organic traffic from Google, they will always tell you to focus on creating high quality content, and it is the first thing recommended by Google to do. Therefore, content is considered as one of the most important ranking factors, nor the most important ranking factor in the SEO game. However, when it comes to creating SEO content, there are many things you should consider. Therefore, if you want to learn how to create SEO content, you can watch my video right here. However, let me share with you another 4 important SEO strategies when you are creating SEO content for your SEO strategy. So, the first tip or SEO strategy I have for you when you are creating SEO content is to focus on semantic SEO. Semantic SEO helps you to improve the way how you are producing content. Instead of just focusing on keywords, you will be focusing on topics and subtopics you want to rank for, just like I showed you with the topic cluster model. However, semantic SEO goes much deeper and focuses on providing all the answers users may have related to the topic. The goal is to connect and organize all the terms, entities, facts, and information to each other to relevancy and the searcher's intent in the niche. For example, in the SEO niche, there are many terms, entities, and facts, and by creating and connecting content that addresses all the terms, entities, and facts in the SEO niche, Google starts seeing you as an authoritative site in the niche. And I barely scratched the surface of all things that are to SEO within this picture. However, your goal is to connect all the dots and bits so the user can find any information within your field of expertise. Unlike from topic clusters, you are not focusing on subtopics with a seed keyword in it, but you are addressing every corner, every keyword, topic, and subtopic that is related to the overall topic or the niche. In conclusion, semantic SEO is about addressing all the questions and needs within your topic. And the higher percentage of users' questions and needs within your topic you address with your content, the more authoritative website you become within the topic and can outrank those with a smaller percentage. The second strategy I have for you when you are creating content, and probably the most important, is to understand the searcher's intent and create content to match it. Search intent means the reason behind the search query and what content the user wants when they are typing a certain keyword. For example, if you are searching for a cheap toy cars, then you would expect to get a list of e-commerce category pages with the cheap toy cars. However, if you would create a product page with a high-end premium toy car for children to target a keyword, then users searching for the keyword cheap toy cars would quickly disappear and your page would end up on the Google's page 10 or become gone. Therefore, this is essential information for you as you need to match the searcher intent with your content to rank in SERPs. So, to begin with, 99% of keywords will generally fall under these 4 types of searcher intent: informational, navigational, commercial, and transactional. And to find the searcher intent is not difficult at all, as all the answers lay in the Google search result pages. So, to start, I recommend you use keyword research tools like SE Ranking, as you can get precise search results for your targeted location without personalization. For example, let's say I want to target the keyword SEO strategies. So, I take the keyword, pop it into the keyword research tool, and enter my targeted location. Then I go to the organic results report to see all the ranking pages of my competitors and their ranking movement. The first thing I want to look at is what type of search intent it is. This keyword is obviously informational type, as the pages are all blog posts, which means I will have to create a blog post as a content type. Then, for the content angle, I am seeing that I will have to create a step-by-step tutorial. However, based on the results, I can see that the keyword SEO strategies is more like LSI keyword or supplementary keyword to the primary keyword SEO strategy. Also, I am seeing the keyword SEO strategies as a supplementary keyword to another keyword SEO techniques as well, which shows me a mix of search intent in terms of keyword targeting. Thus, for me to target this keyword, I will have to target the primary keyword SEO strategy and SEO techniques with my content and use the keyword SEO strategies as an LSI keyword, but about this in the next part. As you can see, to find searcher intent and figure it out what type of content and content angle you should create, you just need to follow what Google shows you and create content that appears the most and rank the best. The next important SEO strategy that you should keep in mind when you are creating content is to include LSI keywords. LSI keywords are supplementary, relevant or related keywords that commonly appear with your targeted keyword. And Google, Bing and other search engines are using these words to better understand your content and determine the topic of your content to rank it accordingly. And by using these keywords, you not only improve your ranking accuracy, but ultimately rank for those keywords as well, maximizing your SEO potential to drive more traffic, more leads and improve your overall ranking. For example, if I'm writing an article about hot plate, then using words like kitchen, temperature, laboratory, induction and electricity within the article will help Google to better understand the overall topic. Of course, some of the words come naturally, but using some of the LSI keywords finding techniques, you can find interesting topics and subtopics ideas to extend your article and provide more value to your users. Therefore, it is important to spend some time and do research on LSI keywords to ensure you cover everything or at least most of the topics for your article. Another SEO content strategy you should keep in mind when you are developing an SEO strategy is to start targeting relevant, low difficulty, long tail keywords first, then body keywords, and after head keywords. The reason why you should start targeting low difficulty, long tail keywords and other keywords is that they are often much easier to rank for compared to the body keywords and head keywords. However, the downside is that long tail keywords have often smaller search demand. But what's the point of targeting high search demand keywords when you can rank for it, thus not driving any traffic anyway? For example, you are in the gardening niche and you found a bunch of keywords related to your niche. So to determine the keyword difficulty, you can just pop your keywords into SE ranking bool keyword analysis and you will get the keyword difficulty score for each of your keywords as well as other important data. And now you just need to weigh the keyword difficulty with other aspects such as the search volume or even cost per click to determine which keywords you should start targeting first. Of course, remember, you want to stick to analyzing and targeting keywords within the same topic cluster you have created and then move on to the next one. And that's all I have for you for the step 2. And let's move to the next step. And now, when you have done your keyword research and written some great quality content for your website, the next important step is to properly optimize it for your website so Google, Bing and other search engines can understand it better. When it comes to on-page SEO, sometimes less is better than it used to be, as search engines are getting smarter and your way of doing on-page SEO should be as well. However, there are still a lot of on-page SEO factors that you should keep in mind when you are optimizing your content. And again, I will not give you the full on-page SEO guide here, but you can watch my video right here. Or you can read my article to fully understand everything there is to on-page SEO. But let me share with you the most important SEO strategies and tips that you should keep in mind when you are preparing your SEO strategy. The first important on-page SEO strategy I have for you is to focus on the right SEO elements where you should include your keywords. So here are 8 on-page SEO elements where you should include your keywords. The first one, include only primary keyword in your URL. For example, whenever I publish an article, you can see I put my targeted keyword there and nothing else. And that applies to every page. Second, include your primary keyword in your headings. Usually, it is recommended to put it in front for relevance reasons. But if you have a very click-worthy title, then putting it at the middle or end is fine as long as it is visible. The third one, include your primary and top LSI keyword in the title and alt text of your featured picture. For LSI keywords, I usually choose the one with the highest search demand or the one I believe could bring me more traffic from the beginning by looking at the keyword difficulty and search demand. Fourth, include your primary and LSI keywords in your subheadings. A primary keyword can be included only once or twice where it makes sense. The LSI keyword is typically the big topic related to your primary keyword. Fifth, include your primary keyword in the introduction or the first 200 words. And also include one of your main LSI keywords. Everything should be in the logical sentences. Always better to focus on natural language than forcing keywords. Sixth, include your primary and other LSI keywords in other images sporadically. Don't go overboard. Just use a short description of the image like you would explain it to a blind person in the shortest form, and include the keywords if it fits. Seventh, include your keyword in anchor text in other articles and pages. However, don't over-optimize it or rewrite the sentence to fit the keyword. You can use the anchor text as a part of a sentence if it makes sense to the link page. And eighth, include your keywords in the content naturally and fitting way. Try to have around 0.2 to 1% keyword density, but don't stress around it. So here you have 8 keyword placement tips where you should include your primary and LSI keywords. However, it should be in a natural way, and you should not force keywords as it is against Google quality guidelines. The second on-page SEO strategy that you should keep in mind whenever you publish a new article or any page on your website is to optimize your title tag and meta description. Title tag and meta description are the first thing your potential visitors will see when they are deciding which page to visit and ultimately decide if they visit your or your competitor's web page. However, Google is not using meta description and including keywords in there as a ranking factor, and they rewrite meta description for pages over 70% of the time. And Google also rewrites title tags as well, and it is only a tiny ranking factor. However, just because Google is not using these elements as proper ranking factors, they are actually more important than you think. Like I said, your users are using them to decide if your page is relevant to their needs. And if you are ranking on the first page on Google and nobody is clicking on your page, then your page will be quickly pushed down as it did not meet the expected click-through rate. Therefore, these two indirectly but very importantly influence your ranking as click-through rate. Now, click-through rate is nothing important without other engagement metrics, but having a properly optimized meta description and title tags improves your chances to get users to click on your page, and ultimately your content to satisfy user intent. However, more about click-through rate in the step number 6. The next on-page SEO strategy I have for you when you are preparing your SEO strategy is to add appropriate schema markup to your page. Schema markup can be a very powerful way to improve your SEO results, as you can tell Google what your content means and show it appropriately in the search results as rich results. For example, if you are running a food blog with your own e-commerce store, then you might want to use several schema markups depending on the purpose of the page. Let me show you. For example, if you are running a food blog with your own e-commerce store, then you might want to use several schema markups depending on the purpose of the page. Let me show you. One of the first schema markups you might want to implement is the cursor to display your list of recipes from your site. Another important schema markup would be the recipe schema markup for your recipe page to display important information from your recipe in the SERPs. And then you want to implement product schema markup for your e-commerce shop. Then of course, implement article schema markup so you can appear in the top stories carousel and with the rich results features such as headline text and larger than thumbnail images. And you can also implement book schema markup for your new recipe book. And like this, I could carry on. There are many schema markups that you can implement for your website pages to boost your website visibility, improve click-through rate, drive more organic traffic, and sales for your business. And luckily, implementing schema markup is not difficult anymore, and you don't have to do any manual coding as there are many plugins you can use if you are using the WordPress schema system. For example, I'm using RankMath, and the tool helps me to easily implement the most common and used schema markups. You can select your schema markup and then fill up the required information for the schema markup. And once you publish your page, then you can use Google Rich Result Test to see if everything works fine. As you can see, this person has implemented numerous schema markup for their page, which is absolutely fine to have multiple schema markup for your web page. So don't forget to implement the right schema markup whenever you publish a new page or blog on your website. And the last strategy I want to share with you is to use Onpage SEO Checker and SEO plugin for your on-page SEO optimization. When it comes to on-page SEO, content optimization and general SEO optimization, there are so many things you can do, and of course, you will forget to do something. Therefore, I recommend having some form of checklist to ensure you always optimize your article or blog post for SEO in the best way you can. And of course, you can use a spreadsheet or Excel, but that takes a lot of time and manual work. Therefore, having second and third pairs of eyes will help you to always publish fully optimized SEO web pages. So first, I recommend you install an SEO plugin. If you are using WordPress, then I can recommend you Rank Math. Rank Math provides an on-page and content SEO checklist based on your targeted keyword to help you tackle the most important SEO aspects, such as the keyword placement, internal linking, content length, and so much more. And then, whenever you publish a new web page, whether it is an article, product page, or any other page, I recommend you use an on-page SEO checker, such as from SE Ranking. This nifty tool gives you a more granular and detailed overview of how well your web page is optimized for SEO. And it gives you a bunch of recommendations on how to improve your content for better ranking, such as the title tag, meta description, image usage, the usage of the keywords, and much more. So, while using only the SEO plugin, my SEO score is nearly perfect. But the on-page SEO checker shows me there are still a lot of things to improve on to get maximum SEO impact. So, before you completely finish with your web page, I recommend you to finally check using these tools to make sure you have not missed anything. And that's all for on-page SEO. So let's move to the next step. So, by now, you should have your keywords, the content created that is fully optimized for on-page SEO. So the next important step is to build trust with search engines using off-page SEO techniques. Yes, off-page SEO is so much more than just link building strategies. And if you want to start getting eyeballs on your website, you will need a proper off-page SEO campaign that will not get you penalized, but helps you to build trust with Google, Bing, and other search engines. And again, if you don't know anything about off-page SEO, I recommend you to watch my off-page SEO guide right here. Or read my off-page SEO guide to get the full picture and know exactly what to do in this step. However, I want to share with you 4 super important SEO strategies and tips that you should know when you are planning your off-page SEO campaign for your SEO strategy. Let's get started. The first thing that you have to do whenever you want to build an online presence is to start like every normal business would do, and that is building a social fortress. The social fortress is the foundation of your off-page SEO and online presence outside of your own website, and it works to build your digital reputation and trust with your users, Big G, and others by registering your website on social media such as the LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and other social media platforms. And the reason why this works is that these websites are well trusted by those mentioned, and it helps them to validate your website. For users, it gives them a sense of security and getting to know your website a little bit better. While for Google, it gives more data sources to learn more about your website, which at the beginning has very little. And for Google to trust you, they must decide if the website is run by a real and nice person like you or some bad boy. And by mimicking the way how normal business would start their online presence, you will start building trust with Google. Therefore, before you start building backlinks and getting link insertion, make sure you first build your social fortress. The next off-page SEO strategy or tip that you should keep in mind is to build backlinks in a natural way on the internet. Many SEOs and website owners, once they learn that backlinks are super important, start building backlinks in any way they can so they can get on the first page of Google. However, this is often how websites get penalized or lose 90% of their traffic. So to avoid this, there are a few rules that you should keep in mind, and for sake of simplicity, we divide it into 2 sections, and that is location of backlinks and speed of building backlinks. There are a lot of ways and locations where you can get your backlinks, such as from the home pages, reviews, partner section, or blog posts. Here, I will focus on getting links from blog posts, as that's where you will get most of your backlinks and where people make the most mistakes. Building backlinks in a natural way means you need to imitate the action of a normal business. You did the first step by building your social fortress and sharing your content to get social shares. The next step is to build backlinks. Now, you cannot just simply get from anywhere, as that's suspicious and Google can quickly figure it out you are doing dodgy link building and devaluates your backlinks. Instead, you need to start with building backlinks from a new page by doing guest posting, guest graphics, and etc. As the likelihood of getting a backlink from a brand new web page is much higher than from an aged web page. Because if you are starting getting links from an aged page, it starts looking fishy and it might trigger the Google spam detector. Therefore, stick mostly to building backlinks from new pages and mid-range authority domains at first. And in terms of the speed of building backlinks, you cannot simply just build as many backlinks as you want within the first weeks. Instead, look at the number of backlinks your website has by using a backlink checker like SE Ranking. And then, based on this, you can increase your backlinks by 1 to 2%. So, for example, if my website has 500 backlinks, then I can build 5 to 10 backlinks a week to stay safe. If you are below 100 backlinks, I recommend you to build around 1 to 2 backlinks every week, and once in a while you can build 5 backlinks. Also, I recommend you to first focus on low and mid-tier authority websites, as those are easier and help you to build trust to get guest posts on high authoritative domains. And like this, you can still stay safe and keep growing your backlink profile without triggering the Google spam detector. The next strategy that you should avoid and keep in mind when you do any form of link building is to avoid spammy websites and techniques. This goes without saying. However, I want to share with you some of the tips to recognize spammy tips and techniques. Tip number 1. Avoid trigger guest blogging words. In many cases, you might find advice for guest blogging to find opportunities by using Google search operators. However, this is a very bad strategy and you should avoid it. Google hates guest blogging, and any website that publicly shows they accept guest posts will get devalued. Tip number 2. Avoid paying for links. In many instances, you will be required to pay for links. However, in the case of guest blogging, I recommend you to avoid websites that charge for guest blogging insertion. That same applies to link insertion. It's like this, everybody can build links from them, and Google can quickly discover such as websites and penalize them. And you don't want to be associated with them when this happens. And tip number 3, avoid links exchange schemes. When it comes to link exchanging, there is only a fine line between doing it the right way and a bad way. In many cases, you will do a reciprocal links exchange, where you link to a domain and they will link to you back. Or non-reciprocal link exchange, where you link to a domain, the domain links somewhere else, and another domain link to you. This is a safer way to go about link exchange. And this deal should stay behind closed doors without a big G presence. However, you can find websites where in terms of conditions, they have mandatory link exchange. And you want to avoid such sites. Even if you are getting website design, you don't want to accept those that require you to link back to them from your footer or something like that. All this is against Google quality guidelines and you should be super careful. And the last tip or strategy I have for you is to avoid websites without any traffic. Now, there can be new websites that just started and building their online presence, and nothing bad with it. And you can decide if you trust them that in the future they will become the good guy for Google. However, then there are those edge websites that publish content and don't have any organic traffic, and such websites you want to avoid. And the reason why is because if Google does not send any traffic to a website, that means they don't trust it. And regardless of the reason, you don't want to be associated with such a website. So, whenever you start any link building campaign, make sure the domain where you want to build a backlink has at least 500 organic traffic, preferably 1000 according to your SEO tool. And the last link building strategy I have for you when you are planning your SEO strategy is competitor backlink analysis. Competitor backlink analysis is a strategy to analyze your competitor backlinks to find any backlinks opportunities for your website. It gives you information about how, where, and when your competitors are building backlinks. It is definitely one of the best ways to start a link building campaign and to find tons of great link building opportunities for your website. And that's everything I have for you for Offpage SEO. So let's move to the next step. The 5th step is to optimize your website for technical SEO, such as the page speed, crawling and indexing, mobile optimization, security, and so much more. Technical SEO helps you to optimize your content and pages for user experience, as well as for search engines. And honestly, technical SEO is the first thing you should implement before you do anything on your website. And you need to have your technical SEO up to game, otherwise even the best quality content will not rank in search engine result pages. And this means you need to help search engines to find, crawl, render, and index your web pages, especially at the beginning when you don't have any external links coming to your website. Search engines like Google or Bing are using mainly external and internal links to discover your website and the internet. However, if you don't have any external links pointing to your website, then you must help search engines to find your content, especially for the new website and newly published web pages. So I definitely recommend you to check out my video on technical SEO so you can properly optimize your website. Also, you can visit my technical SEO guide to learn more. However, let me share with you some of the best SEO strategies for your technical SEO so you can prepare your winning SEO strategy. The first technical SEO strategy I have for you is to use CDN or Content Delivery Network for your website. Using CDN is one of the best technologies you can use for your website to increase website speed and protection, which in results can improve your SEO rankings. CDN technology helps you to copy and paste your website across different servers around the world and then distribute your content from a server that is closest to your user that is connecting to your website. It also reduces the web hosting bandwidth consumption by reducing the amount of data the origin server must provide, thus reducing hosting costs for website owners. And CDN vendors like Cloudflare provide a feature that will serve a limited copy of your cache website to keep it online for your visitors in case your server went offline. On top of that, CDN improves the security of your website, making it harder to hack your website, and we both know that Google likes that. Another important aspect to improve page speed and core web vitals is to implement lazy load for images, videos, and other media on your website. Lazy load allows loading images only when users scroll down the page. Thus, it helps you to improve your site performance, reduce bandwidth limit, optimize LCP score, and improve your overall technical SEO. A lazy load is especially important if you are utilizing a lot of media on your web page. For example, my typical blog post containing over 50 plus images, therefore it is a must to implement a lazy load for me. Another important plugin I recommend you to install for your website is caching plugin. Caching plugins are essential for your website to load faster. It creates a static and compressed version of each web page so it can be faster delivered to users. It helps to delete all data, lazy load your pictures, optimize your files, and does a whole bunch of things to make your website faster. And then caching plugins are often integrated with CDNs to help transfer your speed optimized pages there to even more speed up your website. Caching plugins are essential for websites to load fast, and you should get one for your website as well. Now, depending on your CMS system, you will be using different caching plugins. Some of the paid CMS systems like Wix and HubSpot are automatically cached and have the capabilities. However, if you are using WordPress, then there are three most popular caching plugins, which are WRocket, W3 Total Cache, and VP Super Cache. Each of these plugins are developed to work on WordPress sites and comes with its own pros and cons. Therefore, as your website is growing, you are adding new pages, features, and plugins, your website will start to slow down. So it's really important to implement caching plugin for your website. And the last important technical SEO strategy is to have mobile-friendly pages. According to research such as from Statista, mobile traffic is higher than desktop traffic since Q1 2017. This means if your website is not mobile optimized, you are losing over half of the potential traffic you could drive. And this becomes even more significant for local searches, as in the US, 94% of people with smartphones search for local information on their phones. Thus, having mobile optimized pages is essential for your SEO strategy. And here you have the 4 important technical SEO strategies. So let's move to the next step. The next important step in your SEO strategy is to measure important SEO metrics to figure it out if you are doing great or you need to adjust your strategy. As much as I would like, nothing goes as planned, and every first plan is only a draft in action for second plan to take place. You must be prepared that something will not go as expected. You might find better keywords, new backlink opportunities, your writer left, or just anything that can go wrong might go wrong. Remember, as they say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And also they say, what can be measured can be improved. Regardless, as an SEO professional, you must track your progress and adjust along the way to keep growing and improving your SEO results. With that, let me share with you 4 important metrics you should track. Definitely, the first and one of the most important metrics you want to track is your keyword rankings. Keywords are your foundation for SEO, and tracking your keywords will give you important insights on how well your website is doing in SERPs and what you can improve to rank better. You will get information like what keywords can be improved to increase your organic traffic, why you are losing traffic, why your competitors are outranking you, and much more. With that, to track your keywords, you can use your Google Search Console. Go to your performance report and select the queries tab. Here you will get your top 1000 ranking keywords in the search that you can sort by number of clicks, impressions, click-through rate, and average ranking position. From here, you can drill down to each individual keyword and select the location to see how it performs in your targeted location. Or you can go to the Pages tab where you will see how your pages are performing in search. Then you can select your page and go back to the Queries tab to see all the keywords the page is ranking for in Google SERPs. From here, you can use the country filter again. And there is so much more you can do with Google Search Console. However, this is more granular research and not for day-to-day tracking and monitoring. Therefore, I recommend you also use the keyword rank tracking tool. Definitely one of the leading and, in my opinion, the best keyword rank tracking tool is SE Ranking that provides a 100% accurate keyword rank tracker across different search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, YouTube for all locations and devices. The tool gives you a quick overview of all your track keywords and their ranking position. And you can easily select the position filter to see only keywords that are ranking in top position. Also, you will see the percentage of your keywords ranking in the certain positions and the changes of keywords and the ranking positions. On top of that, you have the average position across all your track keywords, the traffic forecast, search visibility, the search features your keywords own, and how many percent of your keywords rank in the top 10 for your targeted location. Then you have the table of your track keywords and their ranking position based on your selected location and or device where you can see the movements of your keywords. This gives you important information on whether it's time to update your content for the targeted keyword, build more backlinks, and etc. And you can also select to display different columns for your keyword. For example, to see the search volume, search features, traffic forecast, and the visibility of your track keyword. And all this will help you to prioritize the right keywords and give you essential insights so you can improve your ranking, increase your organic traffic, and take action before you lose your ranking. The second metric that you should track is your backlinks. Backlinks are one of the most important ranking factors Google and other search engines are using to validate the quality of a website as stated on their website. One of the several factors we use to help determine the quality of content is understanding if other prominent websites link or refer to the content. This is often proven to be a good sign that the information is well trusted. In the end, SEO in its basic form is just content for targeting keywords and backlinks to build trust. Therefore, tracking your backlinks should be an important part of your SEO tracking routine. And to track your backlinks, you need to use an SEO tool. Now, because I'm using SE Ranking, they have this feature as well. And for me, it is one of the most user-friendly with a great design and capabilities. SE Ranking Backlink Monitor tool gives you important information about your backlink profile, such as the backlink URL, status of the backlink, whether it is indexed, domain trust, anchor text, targeted URL, type of backlink, and country. Plus, you can integrate your Google Search Console to track all your backlinks that Google discovers, to easily analyze your backlinks, the growth of your backlinks, and even detect whether your website is being spammed and quickly disable those backlinks. Also, you can easily track your link building campaign by adding the price, manager, and or node to every backlink you build. So if in the future your backlink gets removed, you can easily follow up without searching lost emails. SE Ranking Backlink Monitor is literally the savior for my link building campaigns. The anchor optimization and ensuring my backlink profile is looking natural and healthy without raising any suspicion. So, if you are starting your link building campaign, then having a backlink monitor tool like SE Ranking is something you need to have to save time and money. The third metric that you should measure is your organic click-through rate. Organic click-through rate is one of the most important metrics that you should track on a regular basis, as it tells you whether your page is doing well in SERPs based on user response. Google uses Organic CTR to evaluate the search quality, and websites that exceed the expected CTR will be promoted in the SERPs for the query, and those with lower Organic CTR will be ranked lower. So, the best tool to track and improve your Organic CTR, and with that organic traffic and your ranking, is Google Search Console, as it gives you the data as it is from Google SERPs for your ranking queries. So, to improve your Organic CTR, one of the best techniques is to go to Google Search Console and select the performance data. Then, go to the Pages report and select one of your pages that is doing okay in SERPs but has some room for improvements. And after that, go back to the queries report. For example, for me, this could be the page B2B SEO tools. And now, based on the report, I'm seeing the page rank for a lot of irrelevant keywords. However, ranks quite well for my targeted keyword. Now, based on the data, I can see that the page is ranking position number 2 in SERPs, but the click-through rate is really poor. And while some keywords can have a great ranking but poor CTR, but because they can appear as a feature snippet. But for this keyword, I know this is a buyer intent keyword, and usually such keyword has a high click-through rate. Therefore, I know I've done something wrong and I should fix it by applying some of the best practices to improve my click-through rate. So, analyzing your CTR can be one of the best ways to improve your organic traffic and ranking almost instantly. Also, the more of your pages meet or exceed the organic CTR, the more likely you are to appear in high ranking position for other keywords and pages, and not just for this particular page. And the last metric that you should definitely track is your organic traffic, as that's one of the most important reasons why you are starting with SEO strategy and launching your SEO campaign. Obviously, growing your organic traffic is one of the main goals you are trying to achieve with SEO strategy. Therefore, it is kind of obvious you should be tracking it by using Google Analytics. And unlike Google Search Console, where the clicks data are approximate, Google Analytics gives you the exact number of your organic traffic. And not only that, but Google Analytics can be a great source of insights on how to improve your SEO results. However, because it got so many features, I recommend you to go to Google Analytics Academy to learn how to properly use this tool. But remember, organic traffic doesn't pay the bills, and just increasing your organic traffic doesn't mean you become flooded with leads and sales. It all comes down to understanding your target audience, meeting the search intent, and having keywords across all stages of the buy journey. Alright, and the last step is to make sure everything is nice and tight and nothing got loose. When it comes to SEO, there is no such thing, creating it and forgetting it. It requires continuous effort to ensure everything is updated, you have no errors on your website, your articles are up to date, and your website is looking nice and healthy. So, in this step, I'm going to share with you 3 common SEO strategies to keep your website up to date without any errors and provide your users with the best user experience. The first SEO strategy that you will need to keep up to date and many found annoying is your internal linking. Internal links are one of the most important ranking factors that you have total control over to influence the ranking of your most important pages. And Google uses internal links in many different ways. And the first way how Google uses internal links is that Google is using internal links as a primary source to crawl and discover your pages and the entire internet, as already mentioned. That's why having optimal site architecture and an internal linking strategy are essential for your website. The second way is Google is using internal links to better understand your pages by looking at the anchor text. The third way is Google is using internal links to understand the importance of the page. The more internal links linking to a particular page, the more authority Google gives the page. And the fourth way, and lastly and most importantly, Google passes page rank via internal links, which means more link juice and better ranking for those link pages. Therefore, you should continually update your internal links to ensure your old pages and new pages are getting the boost from your website authority. Also, focus on your product pages, as like this you can improve your ranking for your money pages and drive more leads or sales for your business. The next and very important SEO strategy that you should perform on a regular basis is historical optimization. Historical optimization strategy means updating all content on your website to increase organic traffic and ranking. And arguably, it is one of the most efficient strategies marketers can use to drive high organic traffic and leads for their businesses. As 51% of companies say, updating all content has proven the most efficient tactic implemented. And if you want to get on top of the search results, you must start updating your old content to keep it fresh and up to date. Because according to HR research, the average top 10 ranking pages is 2+ years old. And those that rank at position number 1 are almost 3 years old on average. But historical optimization strategy is overlooked by many marketers, and unfortunately only 38% of bloggers are updating older articles. So don't be one of those and make sure you regularly update your content. And to learn how to update your old content, you can watch my video right here. And the last SEO strategy I have for you that you should do on a regular basis is to monitor your SEO issues and website health. Now, to keep your website health optimal, you need to use an SEO audit tool that scans each and every page on your website and search for SEO issues, as it's impossible to do it manually. And there are a lot of tools, but if you have already subscribed to one, then there's a chance that the tool already comes with a website audit. If you didn't, then I recommend you to test SEO ranking for 14 days for free, as you can execute your entire SEO strategy with the tool and a lot more, and they offer by far the best value for money, starting at just $25 a month. SEO Ranking Website Audit Tool helps you to monitor every page on your website against 120 parameters that impact SEO and reveal if your site has any issues. It shows you your overall health score. I recommend keeping it above 80. It also gives you issues distributed by category and by severity as well. SEO Ranking Website Audit Tool gives you core web vitals data once you have enough data. It shows you the depth of each page, where recommended depth is between 0 to 4, and gives you a whole bunch of information to keep your website nice and healthy. And within the issues report, you can easily focus on the most important SEO issues by using quick filters and a sidebar menu to navigate. And it helps you to fix your SEO mistakes by giving you the issue description and how to fix it, along with the pages with the issues. So make sure you run your website audit on a regular basis to prevent any SEO issues hurting your site performance, ranking, and growth. And there you have it, 7-step SEO strategy in one video. I hope you have learned something new, so don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like this video, and leave a nice comment below. Also, check out all my links in the description for my favorite SEO and other marketing tools. And don't forget to check out my comprehensive SEO strategy playlist to help you with every step. Ciao!